What a place. Hey guys, and I'm coming to you on this video from Connecticut, where I am going on a mini Land Rover adventure. This is Project Genesis. This is the first vehicle that I produced for export, and I'm over here in the USA to go on a mini adventure around this absolutely stunning state, where I'm going to take this thing up into the mountains, avoiding the interstate and trying to stick to the B roads and just soak up some of this wonderful scenery. I'm going to try and get to the mountains today. It's quite late in the day. I think it's like 3 p.m, so it's quite a late day to start, or quite a late time of the day to start an adventure. But you know what I'm like. An adventure is all about spontaneity and no real plan. So I'm in the first nice rurally type area, and there's a lovely little river and creek or babbling brook or whatever you call it over here. And I'm going to go for an explore. So I figured I'd show you a bit of the drive-in, show you what it's like to actually own a Defender in the USA. Everybody wants to talk to you about it. That's probably the most unique part, is that owning this Defender. I've spoken to more people about Defenders since being in the US than any other country on the planet I've been to. So it's quite nice being able to share a bit of the passion for the trade and the vehicle and everything I love about the adventure of owning a Land Rover. And yeah, we'll see if we can catch some of that on video. But there we go. And for those of you that don't remember what Project Genesis, sorry, I've just been spiked by something. That's it's not a very friendly plant, is it? Those of you that don't remember what Project Genesis is about, this is a bare bones heritage creation vehicle. So no door cards, none of that fanciness. We've got some really lovely seats, but no stereo, no nothing. This is just about the pure joy of driving and owning a Defender, a classic vehicle with a soft top. It's not really warm enough to have the soft top open, as it's currently like 4 degrees Celsius, maybe like 25 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. So let's get on the road and see where it takes us. This is my first, well, not my first time driving in the US, but my first solo adventure in a Defender in the US. As last time I visited, this car didn't have a title, which meant we couldn't actually take it very far. But now we have a full Connecticut title and we are ready to go. interesting, the tank of fuel that I've just filled up from quarter to full was $30. Such good value for money for fuel here, it's unreal. Whoa. So I'm just about to go onto a scenic route. It's actually signposted Scenic Road, which was quite nice. And I saw this on the way in and thought it was unreal. So look at this. This should give a slightly better indication as to how cold it is here at the moment, as that lake is entirely frozen. So we find a rock. Oh, that was an anticlimax. I thought it might have made a cool noise. But yeah, that whole lake is frozen. It must have been really cold up here recently because it's about 5 or 6 degrees, so you think that would be thawing out by now. It is freezing out here, guys, but it is stunning. I mean, it is mind-blowingly pretty to look at. This is like an hour away from civilization, so not even really that far in the grand scheme of things. The Land Rover has been amazing. I've been here for 10 minutes now, just taking in the scenery and I suppose the quiet like where I've been has been quite loud. I haven't seen a car in 10 minutes. I have 0 phone signal, so who knows what would happen if something went wrong out here. There's ice everywhere, there's snow everywhere. It's very, very cold here. Just this stunning river. These beautiful little towns and villages, and there's like huge gaps between properties here. Everybody has lots of space. It's just, everything about this country is amazing. I do have some downs. There's some things that I don't think are amazing. The fuel price is incredible. $30 for a full tank, that blew my mind. But yeah, just soaking all of this up. I just saw a car, by the way, and another one. There's a couple. Yeah, just soaking this in beautiful landscape and scenery. Apparently in a few miles up the road there's a covered bridge. In my mind I've got like kind of a wooden bridge with a big cover over it. Maybe it'll be something like that, but we'll see. The Land Rover's been incredibly well behaved. It's such a nice thing to just be in a bare bones vehicle that has nothing to distract you from the driving and the scenery. Taking a much slower approach to actually just taking my time and having fun and enjoying the drive. We'll see what else we can find. driving into the city, New York City. I'm not sure how the districts work. I think it's Staten Island, which is where all the main stuff is, and I might be wrong on that. But basically I'm going to drive around the Empire State Building and Central Park. I'll turn the camera around and show you what I can see, but I'm not a city person, I'm not much of a city person, but New York City is something to be, yeah, it's an incredible thing to look at from a distance. I'm driving Genesis, the little old Defender 90, and it's chaos here. It's absolutely chaos. I don't know what's going on with the traffic system. It's nuts. Everybody's beeping horns, nobody knows where they want to be. There doesn't seem to be any order to this at all. And yeah, no emission zones or anything like that, which is quite interesting. But yeah, New York City has got such a personality. If you've never been, I would encourage you to come. If there's some way that you can do it in a Land Rover Defender, it just adds to the whole feel of the place. I wonder how many Land Rover Defenders have been through New York City. I bet the number's not huge. But yeah, wicked place. Quite overwhelming. I think a couple of 3 hours here is enough for me before I head back to the rural areas. I'm going to try and navigate back out of the city shortly as I'm here during rush hour and see if I can do it without using the interstates. It takes about 3 hours to get back to Fairfield, which is double the amount of time it would take if I used the interstate, but we'll see how it goes. I'll turn the camera around. It's just phenomenal.